Hello ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, this is Megneous and welcome back to another episode of Kerbal Space Program. Also, Merry Christmas, because at least here in Korea it is Christmas, so Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. However, in the Kerbal universe, we are here on Duna. We landed successfully last episode with very creative use of parachutes, and I think everything has gone well. We've collected some science data. And Carmos is still alive, thankfully. We can right-click on our capsule here and view our stored data. We've gotten an EVA report, another EVA report. You feel sort of small right now. You hope you know where you're going. Surface sample from Duna says that the surface consists of a grainy, very fine sand-like dust, and it appears to be getting everywhere. We also have another EVA report. According to our materials bay, we can review the data. Opening the sample container, you find that everything is turned red. Initial tests show that it will never wash out of the white spacesuits. You consider sending missions in pink EVA suits to reduce cleaning costs, which is sort of hilarious. I don't really understand the new recovery science. Like, this is 200 science for recovery, but it stops right here. Is this extra science that we have to get by doing, like, another recovery? Can we not get 100% of the science available in one try? I don't really know, but we're going to keep that data. We have reset all of our parachutes and set them on new altitudes to hopefully, let's see, that's 100 meters higher than these here. So those are at 1,000 meters. These here are at 900, and this one is at 800. Hopefully that will be enough to, you know, slow down our descent and make us land softly. I don't think we're going to be taking these boosters all the way to Kerbin. Maybe we'll get these there, I don't really know. But either way, we have full electric charge. It is time for us to go, and Carmos has just remembered that it is almost Christmas on Kerbin, and he needs to get home to his family. So let's see if we can get him home. Okay, SAS on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. Okay, now the thing that we need to remember about this liftoff is that we have an unequal amount of fuel in our furthest boosters that are about to be dropped. So, I already checked, and this one is the one that is lower. So when this gets to about 4 units of fuel, I am going to stop the engines and I'm going to drop them, because I do not want one of our engines to stay on longer. Oh, see, that's exactly what would happen. So we need to start our engines up again, so that we do not... Yeah, we got thrown off just a little. I was a little bit late. We were thrown off just a little bit off course, because one of our engines continued burning for just a moment longer than the other. So let's raise our legs, since for some reason G does not work on our landing legs. I don't know why. Alright. We are now burning at a 90-degree angle. We need to get to approximately 45,000 meters, about 45 kilometers, because the atmosphere ends at about 42, I believe. So let's open this up. And we should have plenty of fuel in our last 3 boosters to get us into orbit, possibly all the way back to Kerbin, although I'm not really sure about that. So this goes up to 45. Because we want just a little bit of leeway. There we go. 45, 400-ish. Yeah, sure, that's... Oh, we're falling. Very, very slowly we're falling, but nonetheless. Okay, let's speed up just a little bit to jump through the atmosphere. Yeah, that's why we want a little bit of leeway, because going through the atmosphere is going to make us, you know, lose just a little bit of our velocity, but Duna's atmosphere is so thin, it doesn't even matter. I figured out that actually... Where we landed, let's check this out. Where we landed, we were almost at 3 kilometers elevation. If we had landed here in the Maria, where the volcanic activity happened, that's apparently 0 altitude. We never even got into the thick part of the atmosphere of Duna, which was probably one of the main issues with our parachutes not working the way they were supposed to. It doesn't really matter either way. We landed successfully. We used some retropulsion to land using our rockets. Beautiful, beautiful ascent. Let's go ahead and start lining. Actually, let's turn off our SAS. And now that we are basically in space, we should be able to extend both of these panels. There we go, and now we should be able to use our SAS without worrying about our electric charge disappearing. Let's see, and can we... Yes, we can. We can spin our craft just a little bit so that we are actually looking at the nav ball the way it should be looked at. Right, marvelous. Now let's go back to map mode, and we should be able to get into orbit. We have a ton of fuel left. Let's go ahead and start. Throttle up. Everything seems to be going alright. Kerbin, no worries. You are in all likelihood going to get to return to your homeland of Kerbin. Getting a little bit too high. Dancing around our AP is probably my favorite part of going to orbit. Just, you know, going a little bit into the orange just to keep the AP close to us, because we don't want to increase our AP too. Whoa, it's a little bit too much. Oh, there we go. 45 and 48. That's not exactly perfect, but it's close enough. We have successfully gotten out of the atmosphere, and we are in orbit around Duna. Could we possibly go to Ike? I don't really know. We don't have enough... Well, we don't have an antenna, first of all, so we can't go to Ike. Maybe just to transmit. Maybe on another mission I will attempt to go to Mike using the same lander. But this lander is way overkill for going to Ike and going back, so... This is our piece of debris, our conspiracy probe, which was... It decided to leave the Duna system altogether. I don't know what's going to happen to it, but we'll check it out later. And since I have no idea how to get back to Kerbin, and I am not going to sit here recording while I play with maneuver nodes, I'm going to attempt to do that, and I will be back when that's finished, so I will see you in just a moment. Hello, and we're back. Yeah, so that took a really long time. I had to actually go through 2 complete orbits of Kerbin before I was able to set up a maneuver node that would work. Apparently when you're going back to Kerbin, you need to have, from Duna at least, Duna at 3 o'clock. And Kerbin looks like it's about at like 5:30, 5:45-ish, if you're looking at a clock. And this is going to be our Kerbin encounter. It looks like... Yeah, it looks like maybe 10, 14, 18 hours in Kerbin's SOI. It's not that close. It's a few, you know, million or 59,000 kilometers away, I guess. But we can make it closer when we work on our descending node right here to make it in A. And I guess we have our burn coming up. We don't have to... See, this is going way off of the normal line of Duna's orbit, which is why it was hard for me to get in the first place. And apparently the minimum amount of delta V is somewhere around 600-ish meters per second, so this is not exactly the most efficient way of going home, but at least it will get us home, assuming that our boosters continue to work. I have no idea how long this burn needs to be, so I'm a little bit worried about that, to be honest. But oh well, there's not really much we can do. We're just going to get close enough, and then I'm going to start my burn to see how long it is. So let's go ahead and start spinning our way around Duna. And we apparently can't go faster than ×3. Alright, well, that's good to know. I guess we can just fill this time that we're waiting talking about the fact that the Indian satellite on its way to Mars is still going. It still seems to be working, no particular problems. SpaceX's flight, the Thaicom flight, I believe it's called, a communication satellite for Thailand, perhaps being used for television or something like that, that is going to be coming up January 3rd. It was originally set for December 31st, I think, like really late at night, so it was basically going to have the whole separations and things on New Year's. But that ended up being cancelled and moved to the 3rd because, I don't know, probably the pad was still having maintenance, or maybe a lot of employees were like, dude, we want to spend New Year's with our families. That could always happen as well. Again, I don't really know the exact reasoning behind such things, but it could be any of those things. And then the next flight, I believe, is either going to be Orbcom or possibly the resupply mission to the International Space Station in February, which February is quite a ways away in my opinion, because that's like 2 more months that I have to wait, but thankfully, because they don't have to worry about lots of heavy payloads, the International Space Station resupply missions are very, very light actually, so they should have plenty of fuel to attempt another soft landing of the first stage, which I think that's probably going to be in the first half of February, we're not really sure, but hopefully they will also be able to attach the landing legs, which will give it the ability to not spin so quickly as it's coming down. That should be able to allow the engine to continue sucking in fuel, which is what happened last time where it spun too quickly, it centrifuged the fuel onto the sides of the tank, the engine stalled, and it crashed, going a little bit too fast into the ocean. So I'm looking forward to that very, very much. And oh my gosh, this orbit is taking so freaking long. This is the problem with sitting right outside of a planet's atmosphere. It takes so long for you to go around, even on so much time acceleration. But you guys enjoy hearing about space news, so it's not a big deal. What else is happening very soon in space? I don't think a whole lot of things are happening very soon. Although SpaceX is, like, there's some talk now about SpaceX's spacesuits that they've been developing with Orbital Outfitters, or perhaps on their own, after stealing some Orbital Outfitters people from that company to make their spacesuits. Hey, that's pretty cool. Our maneuver node is right above Davy, our rover on Duna. Oh, sigh. As we approach the AP, I think I'm actually going to do a quick save because I don't actually know if this is going to work well or not. All sorts of terrible things can happen. But yeah, let's go ahead and do a quick save right about here. Get a little bit closer. I think we're currently aimed retrograde, which is not exactly a good thing, because I want to get around. Let's go ahead and aim prograde, so that we are ready when this comes about. Oh, wait. Too strong, it's too strong. Wait. Hello? Yeah, there we go. Put that up there. Let's go ahead and get a little bit closer, since I really don't want to start burning now. Alright, so I don't know how long this is going to be. We have 34 seconds. Oh! That was actually perfect. That was very, very close to what I wanted it to be. We had an estimated burn time of about a minute, and we started about 30 seconds before the burn, so that was amazingly close. Alright, let's go ahead and watch our burn from here, just because we can. These engines aren't exactly the strongest, so I'm glad we started a lot sooner. I didn't expect us to have to start burning then. But whatever. Oh, and we are now leaving Duna's orbit. And hopefully, when this finishes, we should be able to check. Let's go ahead and check now and see if we... no, it doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it quite yet. Did we... I don't think so. Did we get it? I don't know. Let's just go ahead up here. I assume if we get this down to like 5. Okay, now let's try to take... Oh gosh, what did I do? Did I do something terribly wrong? Let's see. We do not have an intercept, but we are incredibly close to having an intercept. I think that's good enough. Let's do just a little bit of tweaking, maybe like right here, to see if we can get our intercept back, because I do not want to go out there. That seems to be okay. Let's add just a little bit of prograde. There we go. Okay, so 5 meters per second. That should be no problem. Let's go ahead and aim right here, and I bet that we can get it from right here. There we go. There's our intercept. No problem. Alright, that's wonderful. So now we're going to go ahead and cut the video for just a moment while I make my way over to Kerbin, because you don't want to see us take forever to do that, so we will be back in just a moment. Alright, and we're back. Welcome back, everyone. That is indeed Kerbin. We did get here. We are in Kerbin's Sphere of Influence. If we check our map, we currently have a periapsis of approximately 33 kilometers, which according to the aerobraking calculator I used, should hopefully put our apoapsis somewhere around 100 kilometers, iffy, I don't really know, but from there we should be able to raise our periapsis out of the atmosphere so that we can choose better where we want to land, because I do not want to land on land. I would like to land on water, because I don't really trust this ship to stay in one piece. So we are going to turn off our SAS, and we are going to stow our panels, because these things will definitely get torn off if they go through the atmosphere. And let's go ahead and use Time Warp to catch up to our planet, and hopefully, assuming proper aerobraking, everything will go as planned. Ooh, we can see Megneous. That little sparkle there is Megneous, and that is of course the moon. But assuming that all goes well, we should lower our velocity enough to stay within here, within the orbit of the moon, with a 100 kilometer AP. Hopefully. Maybe. I think. I don't really trust that aerobraking calculator, so We'll see if it works. If we're anywhere near 100 after this is done, then it will have worked out quite well, and I'll be quite happy about it. It's frightening me that as we continue to go, we're going faster and faster as we get closer to Kerbin, as it begins to pull on us with its gravity. We're still quite a ways away, actually. It's taking a good long time to hurry up and catch up to Kerbin now, isn't it? Oh well, hopefully we'll also be able to... I don't know, do we want to try to land somewhere close to Kerbal Space Center? I don't normally care about Kerbal Space Center very much, but it looks like we are definitely not in an equatorial orbit at all. Which is bothersome for me personally, but I don't really think Carmos cares where he lands. We are going to do our aerobraking on the far side of Kerbin, away from the sun, so we won't be able to see it very well, but that is precisely why I want to get us into an orbit and not actually land on the first attempt, because I would like to put us landing in the sun, because I like being able to see my craft. It is far too dark on the dark side of Kerbin. There we go for the meters. Spinning around. As our camera angle changes, you know that things are about to get real. So let's go ahead and begin our aerobraking. We're gonna encounter a little bit of frame rate issues as we near Kerbin. We are now entering the atmosphere. Did I quick save? I don't know if I quick saved. Oh dear God. I have no idea where our last quick save is, but we probably did one at some point between Duna and here, so here's hoping all things go well. I don't know. Let's get a nice little zoom in here. Oh, we are actually going to be around on the light side of Kerbin when we actually finish our aerobraking. I'm a little bit worried about that because that's going down. We are definitely lowering our orbit. Wow, look how fast it's changing. Maybe we went down too low. I don't know what's gonna happen. Carmos, hang on. Oh my goodness. Is that our orbital? Yes. That is indeed an orbit. Oh my goodness, that was a moon encounter. We still have not reached our PE. We still have not reached our PE. Oh, dear Mother of God. Oh, I think we're gonna make it as long as it keeps slowing down like that. I'm pretty sure. Ho. I think we're gonna make it, everyone. I don't think we're going to land on this is a terrible place to land, actually. Probably I would want to land there in the ocean. How far down is this going to go, I suppose? We are still experiencing entry effects, so... And there we go, they're gone. Okay, so we are really climbing. This is still lowering. I wonder if this is actually going to get to 100. That would be very accurate of that calculator, and I would appreciate it. Ooh, there's a river. I've never explored the rivers of Kerbin. That's something else I sort of want to do. I'm going to check out the rivers. I find it interesting that we are so close to Kerbin, but it still feels like we're in space. But we are indeed inside the atmosphere, just cruising along in the atmosphere, no less. This continues to lower. I'm a little bit worried, actually. As long as this doesn't fall below 70, we should be alright. I don't think it's going to. I think we're going to be okay. Let's go ahead and speed this up a little bit. Go ahead and get us out of the atmosphere, because I don't feel like waiting around. Kerbin is really big until we get out of the atmosphere. It looks like it's not going to get us all the way to 100. Interesting. We are now officially in space again. Huh. It only got us down to 187. This is why I don't trust those calculators, ladies and gentlemen. I give them plenty of leeway. This would definitely make us land, but let's go ahead and get around to our AP. Want to increase our PE because we definitely don't want to fall on the dark side. It's close enough for me. Or I suppose we can open our panels so that we can actually get some electricity so we can use our SAS. Alright, now we should be able to actually control our ship. We have lots of fuel remaining, actually. I'm sort of surprised. Alright. Let's put this up to 70 at least. $72. For good measure. Alright, good. That is above the atmosphere. And I don't know. Let's go up to 80. Just cause. Okay, there we go. 187. I don't really care too much about... Yeah, I don't really care too much about getting a circularized orbit, but I do want to generally land on the light side of Kerbin, so let's go ahead and circularize this just a bit. That is not what I wanted. I actually did want the retrograde. Don't want our PE to get too far away from us, because if it does, that would cause problems. We don't want to re-enter right here on this side, that's for sure. The fine-tuning of the orbit. Alright, very good. So, at this point, I'm pretty sure that if we go around on this side, and we put a maneuver node, this should put us... Yeah, no problem. Okay, 52, 44, 33, 23. Should be more than enough, right? Wish I could see what this is going to be. I'm pretty sure that would be good enough. Yeah, right about there. Alright, so let's go around one more time. And if we do our burn there, our PE being 22 here should be plenty to get us to land. Probably. Somewhere around here. I think. Before we do this, we are going to quick save, since I'm very happy that everything seemed to have gone well. So far, mind you. Alright, so let's go ahead and quick save. To our burn. The more fuel we use up, the easier it is going to be for us to land, because the parachute should be able to hold up a lighter mass much easier, so... 23. Alright. This should be good, I think. Maybe. So let's go ahead and stow our solar panels. I wish I had put these on an action group. And let's go ahead and fall over to... the other side of Kerbin into the atmosphere. But it looks like we're entering the atmosphere now. That could have some unintended consequences. Let's go ahead and speed up. We may end up landing on land. Oh, wait. Don't go. Let's go ahead and burn this direction. Maybe we can fall into the ocean before... I realize this is making our entry a little bit steep. But I do not want to fall on land, actually. That's probably the last thing that I want to do. But we did quick save, so let's go ahead and see what happens. I'm going to move this above, because I want to see, since these are mostly empty, they're not really providing that much weight. And I would like to keep these 2 extra parachutes also, just in case. I don't know if these landing legs are going to do anything. There we go. The landing legs are out. I don't know if they're going to do anything whatsoever. But let's see if this works. We are going to land on land. Wonderful. I did not expect that. And the parachutes have been deployed. Let's see if their drag is enough to slow us down so we don't pull our ship apart. Oh, the ridiculousness. Maybe they are. We have a pretty thick atmosphere. Since we don't have any additional landing legs, we only have 2. Will this be enough? Oh, hello, trees! This is the first time I've ever seen trees on Kerbin. Need to use up some more of our fuel. Should be opening any moment now. Probably. Maybe. There's 2 of them. Looks like we're coming down pretty slowly now. There's 2 more. And here's the last one. Come on. Open. Open, you know you want to. Wow. We're going quite slowly, actually. There you go. 9 meters per second. Nice. Carmos, I think we're okay. So let's go ahead and use time warp to get down. And we will use a tiny little burn to try to slow ourselves down before we hit. Let's go ahead and turn on our SAS. Hopefully this will keep us standing. I don't know if we can actually stand on 2 of these. And we have like a whole thing of fuel. We had a ton of fuel left. That's good to know. 8.4. 7.6. Is it holding us up? No. It looks like all of our stuff is still attached. Wonderful. Alright, so we still... Oh, well, we lost this one. But we didn't need that one. We just needed the capsule. And... Aha, I think we can still... Yes, we still do have the science bay. Wonderful. Okay, so let's see. Welcome back, Carmos Kerbin. Congratulations on not dying. There's some beautiful trees all around you and some grass. Let's recover our vessel, even though it fell over, and see how much science we get. Sample return. Oh man, we're gonna get so much science. I can feel it. 867 science. Nice. Alright, and that concludes our mission to Duna, where we not only landed a Kerbal, but we also brought him back. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. My name is Megneous, and I will see you next time.